Torrance Davis Daily. We're at the Starforge Suite at CES, and they're going to show me some computers and stuff. So let's check it out. And more.
And more.
Let's go.
All right, well, I'm Bam. I'm the creative director here at Starforge Systems. This is my colleague Adiel, our VP of Biz Dev. We're excited to take you through our suite today. We're first year exhibiting at CES, so we're really excited to show off what we've been working on. Starforge have been around since 2022.
Okay.
Really getting our feet grounded and everything. But now we're starting to expand into. We do pre-builds. We're starting to expand now into printed cases, desk mats, wall art, and even more coming up.
Okay.
This last year has really been about our collaborations, as will 2025 be. You can see here, this is our collaboration with Free Run Beyond Journey's End.
Okay.
Not sure if you're familiar with the anime.
No,
it's amazing.
no.
You should watch it. It's great. This was a really big one for us. It's kind of one of the first ones that we did.
Keep talking.
Yeah, so it's a fully printed case. We have a plate light inside of there. What's really cool about these is we offer the standalone case itself. We offer it in a custom build like there, a limited build like this, as well as any of our Voyager line PCs, which is our top of the line end PCs. You can get this on there as well.
Okay.
Each one of these collaborations you're going to see comes with a desk mat and a 12 by 18 wall art and a platelet insert bundled with it.
Okay.
No extra charge.
And it is fully printed all the way around. So
Okay.
to his point, and printed is the key word here. It's not vinyl, it's not sticker, it's not decal. It actually is printed on. Reality Pen, our partner, has put a lot of R&D into getting the process right. And actually, one of the steps further that we've gone that we are showing off more here, because we have been doing printing for a while, is if you get a little close, we have embossing now. So if you actually feel there, you have a kind of a 3D texture to a lot of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we, our new prints and our wall art and everything are going to go in that direction to show this embossed effect.
Okay.
Because we just, it's not going to cost any more to be any different. We just want to pass that quality along to our customers and just keep elevating our product. Along with that being said, I know that with this kind of 3D feel might bring up the question of like, well, what's the durability like? The durability is really good. We do scratch tests and durability ourselves. We also offer 1-year warranty on them.
Okay.
And what Bam was saying earlier, you could get the Voyager, you could get the PC and the limited that it is. You also could buy it separately for itself, or build it your own. So you can get the case with the plate light and the wall art and the desk mat to be able to build it yourself.
What about custom art?
So custom art currently, that's the question that we get asked the most, obviously, for custom art.
Put my face right there.
For you, we'll do anything. We can do that.
So for the case, probably not for the foreseeable future, just because it takes so much work and there's almost so many things changing with the cases to be able to do that. However, with the plate lights, we have been talking internally about kind of rolling that out at some point where people can kind of send in their own custom art to be able to make a swappability of it.
Yes.
Yeah. But the thing is we just want to make sure that it looks good. We want to make sure the quality is there. We want to make sure that when a person sends it in, he makes it a good example of like, when you upload a FedEx, it's like looks awful or
Right.
So like make it bigger, make it
Yeah,
bigger.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because people don't understand how to do 300 DPI versus 72, things like that.
I think if we're getting a bunch of these in a day,
Yeah.
it's all really pixelated. And they get it and they're upset, right? They're bummed because it doesn't look, how it's a system that we've been trying to work on for a while and is right in our scope right now.
Yeah.
Of what we're doing. That's probably our next big thing to come. Hopefully.
I'm assuming with a blank though, you can get your own art put on it.
Yeah, it's just making sure that. Oh, I mean, if you have a printer, you can take.
I mean,
Yeah,
this
you know
is
somebody that
what?
can print,
Is this plexiglass?
Oh, for the case
for
itself.
the case itself. Okay.
Yeah.
So that would probably, it takes a lot just because there's a lot of intricacies and convexes to the case at the top. Like if you take this piece here, it's just it's not as simple as flatbed because you
Right. Well, no, I'm talking like literally grabbing some acrylics or something and taking a blank slate and just having an artist put whatever you want on it.
Right. Now
I'm sure people have done that.
Yeah, I'm sure. Probably somewhere on Reddit you find a few
You
people
can
that have
paint
done
the
all kinds
case,
of details.
Yeah.
The thing that we're showing off is how much us and mostly Gallery Pen have perfected the process of how it prints on there.
Okay.
Because I know that for a while there, a lot of people were doing, printing and different styles of printing.
Right.
They just weren't very good and they wouldn't stick up or they wouldn't hold up very long.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at now. We show vibrancy, true to color, also durability, and just like I was showing you, just insane quality. So
It is pretty cool. I
Resist
like
heat
that
very
in the
well.
back.
Yeah,
And it almost looks like a 3D scene because it's in the foreground.
Exactly. We like to play with the depth a lot in these.
Yeah.
We have the luxury of doing so. And those plate lights, we'll give you a little demonstration a little later on that, but they add no heat to the system.
Right.
It doesn't affect thermals at all. We've had no cooling issues whatsoever in even our beefiest systems with that. And these come standard in all of our Voyager line computers. Even without the print, you get a plate light inside of it too. And then so the printing is, it's our special printing method. It's the same thing we do for our wall art. This is a 12 by 18 piece of acrylic, and it's embossed, so you can feel it kind of. You can feel the lines, and this is kind of smooth and everything.
Okay, yeah, that's nice.
So it's the same exact process as the computer. So everything is up to the same exact quality. Like I said, this is our Fury collaboration. So let's say you were to order this computer today, what you would get, you get this computer, everything you see here, you would get a desk mat and a wall art and a plate light inside all bundled with it. And that's how, again, all of our collaborations across the board are.
Nice.
So we want to maximize value for customers. Buying a computer is such a it's such it's an educated, important purchase to make. We want them to make sure, obviously we stand by our computers. Best PCs in the universe. We stand by our print. We want to make them feel, we're giving them everything they deserve when they're choosing us.
Well, I was telling him on the way up, I build my own system, so I don't really pay attention to anything else that's going out there. I didn't even know who you guys were until I got the invite. I'm like, Starforge. So I looked it up, learned about your history, about how you guys started from Twitch creators, I guess. And I started looking at your systems, and I was telling him that I built my last system. I wanted to go 10 years, and I'm literally, after CES, it's going to be time to upgrade. And I'm like, I haven't been following the trends. I don't know what new tech is out there, what they're doing. I got a new video card, but CPUs and all that other stuff, I'm like, I don't know where we're at, So, and that's tough. But I used to push on my podcast, it was all console gamers. I used to push these guys, get a PC, and quit with the Xbox and PlayStation stuff, get a PC. And it took them years, but a lot of those guys started buying gaming PCs. But the big, hurdle is I don't know how to build my own machine. Who do I trust?
Exactly.
So.
And that's the niche we wanted to hit. With the pre-built stuff, we offer great warranties on everything. We have an amazing customer support team. We've been reviewed by Linus, Gamers Nexus. They've all given us pretty glowing reviews, I'd say. And
Linus from Charlie Brown.
Yes, exactly.
Snoopy gave us a so-so.
He's a tough critic though, man. That's Snoopy.
This right here is the effort to bridge the gap also beyond that when it comes to like the build it your own because like you were saying they had trouble building it, you build your own as well, and we understand that there's a lot of people that are just gonna build their own computers. That's just what it is, no matter how good our prices are, how much we say. So that's when we start offering all the cool custom stuff. Things that we know that unless the customer is spending, outrageous money out of their own pocket, they wouldn't be able to replicate. So that way we can use our resources to give them something cool and also give them quality. And Bam said, like we have on our pre-builds, we have 2-year warranty. On this, we have a full 1-year warranty plus the year warranty on the plate light and everything that comes with it. And on top of that, the durability we put into it, because we know that even though we offer that warranty, it's going to go beyond that anyways.
Now, are you guys doing your own systems, your own motherboard, or are you just like, okay, we'll grab an Asus and then we're going to use Corsair memory, things like that?
Yeah, we still use partners. I mean, in this one you can see you have the XFX in there. You have the MSI motherboard.
But I see everything's white, so I'm like, I don't know
what. This build specifically.
What's all this,
But the cooler's bits power, the fans are bits
power.
Okay,
good. T-Force. Okay. So... yeah, that's good because that's one of my things is I like to put all quality parts in my machines.
And that's what we like to do too.
You put quality parts in, it's going to be built to last, You
remember the old saying? It's like as soon as you saw a PC and you saw ketchup and mustard cables, you're like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. We all come from enthusiasts of like building PCs ourselves and being in that community, and that's kind of why you see the bridge between anime and the cool gaming parts, because we were all gamers, and then how he likes to put it, we're also just weebs and we love this stuff. So
I don't know any of these anime.
That's okay.
I'm like,
it's a good show.
Are these popular? Like, who are these guys?
Yeah, so this is a show that came out. This is 2024, and it was. It was people knew it was going to be good, but it ended up becoming just a huge hit. It was basically a phenomenon. And season 2 is on the way. It's really like people have latched onto this show quite a bit.
Cool.
It's called Free Run Beyond Journey's End. It's about an elf. She's about 1,000 years old. And she's a very strong mage dealing with the passage of time and everything. Figure out how to, whatever. But it's good. It's very good. And we got a couple more animes and some games to show you and everything we're working on and everything.
All right.
Feel free to poke around the desk mats and all that. Some cool stuff around here. And you said you're in the market to build a new case. We have quite a few different case options on our website. of print.
Yeah, the one thing I'm not changing is my case. Sorry to say.
That's the first thing he said to me.
I got
like,
this.
I'm not gonna try it.
I got a badass Corsair case.
Nice.
It's actually wider than this.
Yeah.
And it's just I told I've been building PCs since the 90s, and you know, every time you get a case, you're like, oh my god, why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do this? That Corsair case, I forget what the model number was because it's been so long. But it's about this high, and it's a little bit thicker than that, and it's got sorry,
No, you're good.
drive bays all on the bottom.
Yeah.
It's got the power supply here, and then it's got stuff on you can put all your cables and stuff on the other side. The cooler sits up top, and it's just like, and this was 10 years ago, I'm like, I'm never gonna change that case.
Yeah.
It's so hard to find that home run case.
Corsair.
That's sort of where the art came from.
Yeah.
You know, even if you're going to change the internals, once you find something, whether it's this, you know, black, red, white aesthetic, once you find something that feels perfect for you, you know, we want you to be able to marry the product. Not rent the product or feel like you're going to have to swap it out in a couple of days.
Would you like to lead on the demonstration?
Yeah, I'd love to. So, obviously swapping out parts, you know, when you've made upgrades, RAM, whatever it is, you got to shut down the system.
Right.
You got to, it's if you're in the middle of a project, it takes a second. But the nice thing about this is that our plate light system is entirely hot swappable. Obviously, this is just a case.
Oh, it's hot swap.
Yeah, everything in here, you can have your power supply. I could do this on one of those. I just don't have like a background for it. But you can see all your cables here. For this, we've got the power brick,
nice.
and then because this isn't attached to any vital products, you know, even if this is running into the front, you can. It's a little push bar here. Those little lever there, and then you just pull out. And I mean, you can see all these LEDs are nice and uniformly spread. There's I think 120 of them, and then you can just slide this in. And if I'm not taking the time to demonstrate that to you, the whole process takes 15, 20 seconds.
Yeah. And that's
and you're good to
clearly, is
go.
that magnetic and snap-in, or?
Yeah, so there's a snap right here, and here, but I think there is just a little bit of magnetism just by the fact that the back of this will have magnets on
Hooks
it.
on the bottom too.
Okay.
Hooks on the bottom.
Oh yeah.
It goes the length, or is it just is it hooked all the way across?
Oh, there's a hook here and here
Okay.
on this chassis specifically. Yeah, I don't think they have a slot for what would be a third hook here, but there isn't a third hook. That's, I think, just a fragment of their original design.
Yeah, that's dope.
If
I like that.
If I can hop in real quick. So
Yeah.
this is the same thing he just showed you right here. This is the plate light.
Yeah.
You can feel it if you like gives off no heat. It won't affect your thermals
Because
at all.
it's LED.
Yep, exactly.
What's the draw? I'm assuming it's on the 5-volt.
So when you're hooked up to the motherboard, yes, it's 5 volt, but you can also we have an alternate connector so that you can hook it up to 9-pin.
USB? Oh.
Yeah, 9-pin USB.
That's what these are running right now.
Okay.
On the computer.
I don't know the exact draw, but I think it's under 30 watts.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And we're working, you know.
I like that.
It's pretty great. You know, we're doing R&D constantly to make sure, you know, we're working on better, you know, diffusion of the lights and everything, add more lights.
That's
to make,
totally unique.
Keep upgrading. Yeah, we're the only, as far as I know, we're the only PC company in the world.
I've never
doing
seen
this.
anything like that before.
It's, and you know, we've been doing it for a little over a year now, and it's something that, you know, we think sets us apart quite a bit and something we're very proud of.
Did you guys sell those separately?
We sure do.
Yeah, that's where you're
We
going to
sure
make your money
do.
right there.
We sure do.
Those
Yeah.
things are killer.
Yeah, people, we sell quite a few of them. So we're very, I mean, we have about 50 different designs on our website right now, both licensed and unlicensed.
Right.
And we're working on adding even more.
Okay.
So,
Nice.
To your point about adding even more, you know, we had these high quality embossed prints. For this one, it's just because it's a prototype. It's not in its final form, so we're unfortunately taking it out the bottom. But we're doing the same thing with our larger wall arts.
Okay.
Upcoming, and the intent is to sort of have, whether it's, you know, you've already got your system and you want something to accompany it,
Right.
whether you want something that can hang up on the wall,
Right.
whether you want something that just, you know, whether you're printing your own acrylics, for
Right,
instance,
right.
You've got something that really makes your setup feel like your setup, rather than just, oh, well, I got the same computer that 37 other people bought the same day.
Right.
Even if you're not taking the time to build it yourself, you still want it to feel like it's yours and customized.
Now, and I know we haven't got there yet, but pricing, how competitive are you guys with like an iBuyPower, or I'm pretty sure you're way under Alienware. They're overpriced.
I don't have the exact numbers for like systems offhand.
We kind of benchmark like product and service versus Corsair and
Right.
Like main gear.
Okay.
So kind of like middle of the stack pricing.
Okay.
Since we have a commitment to build quality and
Right.
service.
Right.
We make sure that our folks in the warehouse are paid well.
Okay,
And they only have to work one job.
Yep.
And that I think it's same with customer
Our
care team.
support team is all US based.
Okay.
So US-based.
That's
Going to
great.
call center off.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
don't do like tier. You're not like stuck in
That's
tier
good.
one service for 2 hours. Have you
No,
tried turning it
that-
on again?
that's worse.
If you have a problem, you get connected with we'll schedule into a meeting with a technician who can take your problem from start to finish,
Right.
whether it's solvable remotely
Mhm.
or that individual. All of the agents have the authorization to. They don't need to like kick it up the chain to get
Right.
RMA approved. They have the ability to exercise their judgment and do what's best for them.
That's worth the price of admission right there.
And
'cause-
that's part of where we go.
Yeah.
Is we want to make sure that if we're giving people that agency, that we're also giving people, money worth that agency.
yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I think, with when Intel extended their warranties for 13th and 14th gen, with the challenges they faced with the early degradation, we added an extra year on top.
Right.
Yeah.
So they gave 5 years, we were giving 6,
Mhm.
and we took CPU, motherboard, and memory system for that warranty extension.
Okay.
Standard 2-year parts and labor warranty. And again, we trust the customer, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
More often than not, unless it's like you have cockroaches. Like, hey, my power supply is broken. I'm like, hey, there are 5 dead cockroaches here, so I need to apply. But outside of like egregious cases, like we're typically going to trust that it's normal wear and tear.
Mhm.
I don't think most customers come to you. Most people are honest, right? If I dropped it down the stairs, A, it's obvious. B, I'm probably going to tell you, and then we're probably still going to cover you on
Right.
what we can.
Yeah. If your GPU is still totally working, we're not going to replace your GPU.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's wasteful. I think that's sometimes even predatory.
Yeah.
And if we can, all right, we have to replace the motherboard because you dropped the system,
Mhm.
then okay, that's where it stands.
Right.
We're not going to try and find the
Yeah.
nickel and dime methodology that other folks will take.
Especially since we're not using proprietary equipment.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think one of the things that obviously this is anecdotal, but
Mhm.
one of the things that has really made me feel as excited about our customer experience as we are is the fact that when a customer's PC comes back to us, I have team members who come up to me and report back what the damage is, and almost every single time they're like, do we have to charge them for this?
Mhm.
The cleaning took literally 30 seconds. Do we need to charge them a cleaning fee? Absolutely not. Why
Right.
would we?
Right.
Little things like that where it's just like, hey, I thought something was damaged and it just was unseated,
Mhm.
or the cleaning process was something that we could do with a quick wipe down rather than a full blowout of the system.
Right.
I think it speaks to the quality of staff that we have
Right.
on who are servicing the systems, because
Yeah.
they genuinely know, hey, they paid X amount before, we don't need to get Y out
Right.
of them too.
Right.
But
Yeah.
do clean your computers because dust is
Yeah.
I mean, like I've seen some computers that were to the point where like it's on a black chassis and the dirt
PC is
itself
now
is
brown.
all brown.
I've seen them like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it obviously there we're not taking a literal leaf blower to it.
Right.
But we have to put some elbow grease into it.
Yeah.
I think that our whether it's insects that find roost in the system, or if it's cleaning, I think that our rates on that are pretty fair too.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if we're getting a full system cleaned out of insects that have started living in there, we're taking sometimes 10 hours inside
Yeah.
of that computer getting everything down, and it's not something that ever scales.
Plus the hazmat suits.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
PPE is really important when
Yeah.
it comes to things that can carry
Yeah.
illnesses.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, those cases are very rare.
Yeah, they're rare, and we're as forthcoming and transparent with the customer as we can
Right.
be about it. Hey, we noticed it the moment we opened it up. Here's photos of us.
There was
seeing it
a
in the
whole
packaging.
family of mice in your case. Just want to let you know.
Yeah.
FYI.
We've been sent cat litter and things that should have been in cat litter that didn't end up making it in the
wow.
litter. But even then, because it was like outside of the computer, I think someone unfortunately had to clean up
Yeah.
what got out of the case. But other than that, it wasn't something where this is clearly what is causing your issue.
Right,
We're not going to
right.
make a fuss about that.
Right.
Just let you know, hey, your cat might not be as well potty trained as you thought.
Yeah. Okay.
We got more cases to show you if you
Yeah.
have time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, I got time.
So not only do we do anime collaborations, we
Right.
also do video games. We have a few amazing video game titles. We have a few more coming up. These are two of our most recent ones. This is Terraria.
Yep.
Have you heard of Terraria?
I just downloaded it.
It's an amazing game.
Yeah.
We love the Terraria team. We worked with them. We hired a pixel artist. His name's Jordy. He's amazing. Worked with him before to do this, and went across the creative Terraria's desk, get it approved. We worked with them to make sure everything was authentic and true to the game. So it's all hand done pixel art, all the way across the board, and I can spin it for you here.
Nice.
This one just released in December, actually. So this is our newest
Oh, it's
release.
new. Okay.
We're very, very, very excited about it.
Yeah,
Very happy. I mean,
that's
Terraria
dope.
is such a cool game. It's
Yeah.
it's been around since 2011, I want to say,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's one of the best selling games of all time now. And we're being able to work with such a legendary game, and there's such an amazing group of people. It's really special for us.
Okay.
So this is Terraria. We have some plate lights, we have some desk mats and wall art for it that are on the way.
Okay.
And then this is old school RuneScape. Not sure if you're
Yep.
familiar with RuneScape. It's
Yep.
been around for a minute. We've been working with them since we launched in June of last year with them. And we just recently did a refresh with our new wall art and desk mats for them, and this was a huge hit.
Oh, look at that. The maps.
Yeah, the map. Yeah, we have a desk mat that matches that as well.
That's dope.
Yeah, people have been really gravitating towards the map.
Okay.
And the cool thing about the RuneScape case is, we worked with Jagex on it, but
Mhm.
all the art on it was basically sourced from artists within the RuneScape community.
Okay.
So it's people, artists that people know. It's
Yeah.
Volcaban and Koro, Modwest, people who it really resonated with, because it's a big game, but it's a very tight knit community.
Mhm, mhm.
So people really liked that it was their peers who got to
Right.
work on this, and I think it really makes it feel special. We only work on titles that both anime and games that we're passionate about.
Right.
We don't pick things, for the sake of, we think it's going to sell. We pick it because we
Right.
like it, because we're nerds.
Yeah.
That we like this kind of stuff. And so to have it reflected with the artists as well is really important to us.
Yeah.
So having people who are passionate about the game, who know about it, who can get things right to a T is really, really big for us.
Okay.
So that's RuneScape Return. A couple more huge games coming out this year that we're working with, so stay
Okay.
tuned.
Okay.
One thing I forgot to show you, actually, these play lights in the wall art, so they're backlit, right?
Yeah.
You can change the color on them.
Oh.
Fully customizable.
Okay.
You can do the gradient, you can set it up. And with the plate light and the PC, you can basically hook it up to your motherboard as well. So you can have it sync with the rest of the lights in your computer if
Okay.
you want. And it'll be 1-to-1 with it. Or you can have it with USB and use a remote or an app on your phone.
So if you look right here.
Can you sync it to your hard drive so it blinks all night?
So, like he was saying, we send the cable that you can put into the 9-pin.
Okay.
It gives you the remote access, also the Bluetooth with the app, and then
Okay.
also we send a DRGB cable because so that way you can put it into your motherboard and just sync everything up.
Yeah,
Okay.
So we like giving the customer all the options because there's some people that prefer to have the playlight on its own.
Right,
and
right,
just
right.
Be able to control it whenever
Yes.
because they want to walk into the room and change it up while I have
Yeah.
it to the PC. But we give all the options.
Or even hook it up to an Alexa or some kind of smart power
Right.
device.
Yeah.
As long as it's got a USB port,
Yeah.
you can do it.
Yeah.
So that's the thing is I think the biggest criticism that pre-built computer companies get is you can't customize stuff,
Right.
We want to maintain the security and the ease of a pre-built computer, but give you the options and things like the plate lights and the prints to add your personal flavor, your
Right.
customization to it. So
Right.
stuff like this, that's how we can achieve that, and that's really important to us because I think that it's something that sets us apart from all the pre-built companies.
Right.
Like it's pre-built. It's like pre-built plus,
Right,
Right.
right,
You
right.
you can't choose the components, but you can choose basically everything else.
Right.
And we do have 9-10 different computers to
Yeah.
choose from, all at different price points.
Yeah.
So you really can find the PC that's right for you.
Right.
With the hand-picked components in it, we take that very, very seriously. These are the highest
Right.
quality stuff. We don't skimp on that. So
And
like
you said you've been building for a while too. So
Yeah.
like, we also, with what we're doing, we're making it the price to admission a lot lower. Because if you remember, for you to have something cool and extravagant, but anywhere back in the day, you had to go full water cooler, you had to get a custom paint job, or go through weeks of different things. So like with the Playlight example, I mean, you get 3 of them, you can get them all 3. What's the deal now for $30 a pop?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then,
that's not bad.
Yeah, and then the Playlight itself is $100. So it's like it gives the person the option to change everything up without having to drop a load of money like they used to. Because early 2000s, late 90s, it's like, here's your PC. If you want to change it up, you can do the entire thing.
Yes,
You know what I mean? The flimsy tubes everywhere and all that. Yeah.
And then at that point, we do sell the desk mats standalone, wall art standalone. So if you want to come to our website, you just want a desk mat, if you come up with a show you like, he's buy a desk mat and we'll ship it to you. You know,
Okay.
So we really want to be a part of a person's setup in every way we can. You know, working on some of the peripherals and stuff like that potentially in the future. You know,
Mice.
Licensed ones and
Keyboards.
stuff. So
Yeah, we're trying to get all that stuff in quality. Like, we're trying to give the full solution, like Bam is saying, you know, with all the list, the wall art, the desk mat, and then some peripherals, some of the stuff that you're mentioning, maybe, you know, keyboards, mice, whatever it may be, but just as long as it looks as cool and has as high quality, and also just a lot of the interchangeability that we're already pushing forward with most of our stuff.
It's the sort of thing where we want to be able to go home to the same stuff that we're selling and be just as happy with having it as we are when we're selling it.
Yeah.
You know, I think you mentioned that you have one of our desk mats at home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A lot of our team members, rather than, even though they build computers for a living, will just get a PC off of the line for their own system to send to family.
Yeah.
And I think that speaks to the fact that they know quality, they know they have the skill set to make it how they want, and they're still just like, at the end of the day, what I make is what I want.
I get people asking me all the time about getting computers, and I'm like, oh, here we go. That's a loaded question. I'm like, I got into a car accident. I don't know anything about IT anymore. Leave me alone. No. But, you know, when people ask about computers, it's like, okay, what's your budget? What do you need it for? Because I'm not building it for them. I used to do that.
Right.
But I don't have time to do that anymore, you know.
That's
so
key right there. A lot of people that we get in is people that can build themselves. They're just at the point where, like, I'm just tired of it. It's taking too much time.
Yeah.
And if the price isn't outrageously different, where it's like, I'm paying a few extra $100, but now I have a 2-year warranty. I also don't have to deal with, hey, if my RAM doesn't work, now I have to wait a week to be able to send it back and get it back, or if the motherboard isn't booting, or any of that. We take care of all that.
And then I have to support it too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, oh, what happened? I think I got a virus, and it's just like bullet to the head.
Yeah, a year and a half later, you're like,
but
on
what you said, like, if you're working there, you know what you got in the machine. Yeah, I would recommend that to friends and family too. That's the hardest thing is you finally convince people to get a gaming computer or a computer. Which one do I get? You know, it's like, I don't know what's out there. I buy power. You know? Yeah, you don't know. So.
Well, listen, when someone asks you now,
right? I was just
someone asks you now,
Oh yeah.
We do it all for it.
Yeah. I mean,
easy.
I think one of the things that's like a little attention to detail thing is as long as you keep your packaging materials, which, you know, can be cumbersome, but like we pay for the label both ways.
Right.
We have a warranty label effect.
That's another good thing.
You know, it sucks to, you know, get something where UPS or FedEx, whoever the company is shipping, you know, and a leg has been smashed off and you've got the computer and now the angle. Why would we then charge you $100 to have that shipped back and then reship it? So we take that cost on because not only do we stand by our product, but we also stand by the way that we package it and the way that we support it going forward.
Well, that's white glove service. That's how you keep your customers. You know, it's smart.
That's the key, man. That's what we're trying to instill in all of our systems, man.
Yeah, I want to get a close up of this. I've been staring at this one the whole time.
This is our collaboration with Kaiju number 8. It's actually currently unreleased. Hence the pending licensor approval.
Oh, okay.
This is a really, really, really awesome manga and anime.
You see right there all the embossing. It's really
Yeah, it's a really cool show. We're really very lucky to get to work on it. We worked on this one for a while now, and you know it's finally alive, and we couldn't be happier. This back panel is the coolest thing ever.
This is Gallery Panda went crazy on this. The blood splatters and everything, just like
Okay. All right.
It's a good example of where we're headed with everything else. You know, all our stuff already looks fantastic, but with the embossing and just more, we can never take what we have for enough. Even though we know it's the best, we're just trying to go a step further as much as we can.
How's your customer reactions? Like, do you have guys that want to buy your system? Like, oh, I'm waiting for that Kaiju number 8 system. You know, I really want one, but I need that in my life. You ever run into that?
I mean, yeah, we get people all the time. You know, we'll put out a little teaser on Twitter or something.
Yeah.
Say, hey, you know, what anime do you guys want to see from us next? And we get a bunch of Kaiju number 8s. And we got, you know, people said Solo Leveling, Hell's Paradise, Jujutsu Kaisen. Which, you know, maybe, you know, could be working on, you know, at some point in 2025 along with a few others. But, you know, we definitely listen to our community a lot on this stuff and listen to, you know, like I said earlier, to ourselves. We're big anime nerds. You know, and so I started reading Kaiju number 8 when, you know, July of 2020. It's like chapter 4, 5 was out. Still read it to this day.
At events like Anime Expo and all that stuff, when we released our free read, and then people were like, "This is cool, I love this anime." You guys should do Kaiju number 8. We'd be like, "Yeah, we should."
We really should.
Yeah.
We already were.
We already were.
Yeah,
Most of the
already
time
working on it. Yeah. So it's cool seeing people get so excited for it. You know, like that's the coolest part of at least my job is, you know, we work so hard. You know, the average runtime for a collaboration in terms of like creating it and doing things 6 to 12 months is about before we launch it from the time we start it. And just the fruits of the labor of just, you know, releasing and seeing everyone on Twitter freak out, people at conventions coming around and go, oh my god, this is so cool. It's like it's very gratifying because at the end of the day, dude, we just want to make cool shit.
Yeah,
it boils down to it,
I mean,
you know,
you gotta have passion.
And so getting to do that with this kind of thing, and you know, working with these licensors, they're amazing to work with. You know, Crunchyroll, we work with them a lot. They're so cool.
That's good.
But you know, it's really a special experience getting to this, and we're, you know, we have a lot more coming. Like a lot more animes and games coming. We're gonna be very collaboration-filled year for Starforge Systems, and we're excited about it.
All right, cool.
So keep an eye out.
I am gonna keep an eye out.
Is there anything like, you know, games, shows you'd be, you know, if you had to be put on the spot?
If I had to put
How about this? What design would make you actually think about changing that case?
Titanfall.
There it is.
Titanfall. Okay, cool.
If you make a case for Titanfall, I'll swap my case.
Yeah. Okay. That's good.
I'll just accept it.
I'll remember that.
And I say, okay, I'll put something else in this case or make it a Bitcoin miner, and then you get a Titanfall with like a Scorch on it.
Yeah.
And maybe like a Scorch on one side and a Ronin on the other side, and like a little pilot. I'm done. I am done. And you get that little light in there. Yeah, I would do that instantly. That's
good to know. And this is the kind of thing we're looking for, is, you know, feedback from the community, because you know, when it's an overwhelming thing going one way, it's okay. You know, we, you know, if we haven't watched it or read it or played it, we start. You know,
Armored Core. You do Armored Core.
As soon as you see Titanfall, I was like, Armored Core sounds kind of the right direction.
Armored
I would love
Core.
to work from software in some capacity. I mean,
what else do I play? You guys do like an Overwatch? I'm sure that would be hot.
Overwatch, yeah. We did a mech PC.
I was pulling it up. Right
a couple years ago. Our first ever like printed on computer was a mech.
I think I saw that.
We did a printed one like this, and then we actually worked with Ron from Studios. It's a 4 foot tall mech on top of a computer.
What it was looking like.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's dope.
We've gotten a lot. So our lead builder, he is the biggest like Gundam fan on the planet. So it's like, please do Gundam, please do Gundam, please do Gundam. So that'd be pretty cool. And it, you know, that obviously lives very well with computers.
Yes.
You know, it's just in and of itself. You know.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're always looking to do more. You know, we're growing quickly, especially the license collaborations and stuff like that we're doing. So
that's
the more
cool.
we can do, the merrier.
That is cool.
It's so fun.
I'm impressed.
Thank you,
impressed.
man.
Thank you very much.
You didn't know, but I was closely looking at your components.
Oh yeah.
I was looking at them.
More questions. Yeah, this handsome fellow over here, his name is Andrew. He's our director of product. He picks all of our stuff. And,
good.
You know,
That's what you need. You need quality. Because you know, some of those systems you get out there, some of them, and you're like, okay, and then you see a shitty part. It's like, what are they doing? You know,
it makes you overlook everything else.
Yeah, it's
just
like,
all right. Because like I said, back in early 2000s, you would see the highest end GPU, whatever it was, but as soon as you saw those red and yellow cables, you're like, I don't want it.
Yeah, because it's the GPU that you know, your mainstream audience like, oh, I want, you know, GeForce, this and that, but all the other parts, they don't know about the other parts. You know, they don't know about the cables you're using or whether or not it's a hard drive with a mean time between failure 300,000 hours or a SSD. They don't care about that.
Or it's like an i7 with like a small, just basic fan.
Basic fan.
It's like a 9800X3D on like the cheapest, you know, V650 board that you can find.
Right.
Or all of that,
Like the fastest gaming processor.
all of that in a 600 watt power supply.
That's what
Yes.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We don't overspec in a way that is like, oh, we're gonna put a 400 watt system with a 1200 watt power supply.
Right.
But we do leave a little bit of overspec, not just so that we're never getting close to like OCP and OPP and things within the power supply that are meant to protect it from going too crazy.
Yeah.
But we overspec because we don't know how much a RTX 5090 or RTX 6090 is going to pull.
You got to think about upgrades.
Exactly. Like someone who has even the most high-end system that is available today may be looking to upgrade.
Yeah.
How can we make that upgrade accessible and possible?
So in the meantime, it's not just not triggering OCP. People don't really think about how much it costs to power their computer.
Right.
Yeah. Efficiency is huge.
The efficiency curve is better, in the 50 to 70% range than when you're pushing, 90 to 95% of rated PSU spec.
Right. Yeah. That's
you literally spend less money, and if you're going to keep the PC for 6 years, that's at a certain point, it's going to be a few pretty nice dinners. That adds up to. Or part of a rent payment per month, like these.
Or quality cooling.
The difference.
Like I think you mentioned earlier about the old systems where the cheap liquid, the cheap piping. I didn't touch those. I said I'm not getting liquid cooling until they come up with something that's rock solid.
Right.
And I got that Corsair H100i.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even worried about it.
Yeah.
It's 10 years running. So. Yeah, that's another thing, but you got to do what you can do.
Yeah. We're at the point now where back then AIO wasn't even if there was one, it was that you can't trust that.
Right.
Now it's mainly everybody's going with AIO unless you're trying to be fancy.
Right.
There's no real crazy advantage to doing any kind of custom loop or anything like that.
Right.
And there's a reason that we work with Bits Power for our AIO tech. They are absolute cooling nerds.
Yeah.
And they really care about the technical side of what they're doing, and they'll geek out. They're not looking to save 2 cents on the cold plate by shrinking it this much but not covering the full die or something like that. They are committed to making as good of a product as possible, and we've seen it in the results. We don't bring a component into our stack that we have not thoroughly tested and that we're not confident meets our standard, which is high.
Right. Good. That's good.
When we have something where, I think it was 2 days before we left, we noticed, all right, we've had a couple power supplies, literally 2 that failed within, I think they were produced 6 weeks apart from one another. And we immediately jumped into action of is this something where we want to make sure that we're, giving additional testing?
Right.
Is this something that we should bring this to the attention of our manufacturers? And luckily we are, happily partnered with manufacturers who do want to hear. They're you had one failure, we want to hear back from that. We're not going to write that off as a freak accident.
Right.
The component partner in question, hey, send that to us directly right away because they are committed to the quality of their products.
Right.
So, we enjoy working with partners that really care about, delivering a high quality product with, high quality service on their end, to us as well, so that, we can give the highest quality of service possible to the end customer.
Right.
And who care about iterating and improving on their products over time.
Right.
So that is something that as we've done with Gallery Panda on the printing process. When we launched in October of last year with our printed cases, the prints were already amazing. They have gotten even better since then.
I wish we had some of the
we continue to find ways to improve some of the extreme edge cases. Like, hey, what if it's in somebody's shed at 120 degrees? Do we think we can make it survive that constant, obscenely hot and humid environment?
Right.
What if how long can we leave it in a brown bag in a truck at 150 degrees before we start to see any degradation of the print?
Right.
And extending even the most extreme cases so that somebody who's going through normal use should really rarely if ever see a defect crop up, even post-warranty.
Right.
Our goal is for the products not to just last for the length of the warranty, it's for the product to last far beyond the warranty.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Not everybody has a cat that will use their computer like a scratching post.
Right.
But if you do, we feel pretty confident again that this is not just going to come off from
Right.
that attack from an animal.
Yeah.
So your usual, oh, am I gonna, if I grip this too hard, is it gonna peel
Yeah.
like a vinyl wrap?
I could tell when I touched it. I'm like, that stuff's not coming off.
Yeah. Oh no, it's not. It ain't coming off. But the only way I've been able to make it come off, I've made Liam Lee's paint come off too.
Yeah.
Like like we're getting down to bare silver metal at that point.
Yeah.
The metal damage to the case will still damage the print.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to
like
attack
a
it with a
square,
key
you know,
or something sharp.
Well, then you have people that keep their cases on the floor and people that keep them up high. I keep mine up high.
Yeah,
Sure.
as you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we've been very pleased to work with such a committed manufacturing partner on the printing process. We are constantly challenging Gallery Panda to in working together with them to find new things that would be really cool to do.
Yeah.
And they deliver.
Yeah.
And often they deliver beyond what we expected, or they'll take something to us that shows again that, like us, they're committed to continuous improvement of their product and process. And again, it allows us to deliver new features and techniques like the embossing approach to the cases.
Nice. Okay. Cool in the gang. I'm impressed. I like it. I really like it. All right, cool.